During the time while the majority of people are still ensnared in a profound sleep, you are one of the few individuals who have managed to see through the cloak of deception. Not only did you have the bravery and awareness to recognize the truth, but you also had the guts to take immediate action. You are a part of the first wave, the original ones who were awakened. Not only did you see the matrix of control, but you also made the courageous decision to completely disengage from those control structures. While other people continue to be connected to systems that are intended to deplete their energy and restrict their potential, you have entirely severed themselves from those connections. This distance between them was not a coincidence. That was not a random occurrence. You have been selected for this early awakening because your consciousness is capable of dealing with the truth in situations where others are unable to. Not only is that unprecedented, but it is also revolutionary. You are able to break free from something that the majority of people are still attached to. In fact, they are unaware that they are involved in this connection. Observe the world around you. The majority of people go through life with their eyes closed, fumbling through pre-programmed routines like automatons operating on obsolete software. Not you, however. During the time that everyone else remained willfully blindfolded, you detached, you destroyed the bonds, you ripped the cosmic curtain away from your eyes. How come? Mostly due to the fact that you were selected to see beyond the illusion. Your spiritual DNA contains activation codes that were activated at precisely this instant in the collective timeline. These codes were caused by the collective timeline. Not at all random was this. This was predetermined by fate. It is not by chance that the cosmos chooses its leaders and soldiers. Due to the fact that your soul signature contains the precise frequency that is required for this planetary transition, you were particularly targeted for awakening. After looking at billions of souls, the builder of the universe pointed exactly at you and said, "That one, wake them." First things first, let's be completely forthright about what's going on. In reality, the world that you believe to be real is nothing more than an elaborate fiction, a complex matrix of energetic programming that is designed to keep consciousness repressed and restricted. All of the structures, including the institutions and the social systems, were constructed with the intention of preserving the grand illusion. The majority that are asleep are not only unconscious, rather, they are actively participating in the maintenance of the fake reality without even being aware of who they are. They get up every morning, check their electronic gadgets, watch the programs, and continue to reinforce the illusion that they are living in. Every time they allow themselves to be distracted, every time they allow themselves to entertain fear-based thoughts, and every time they embrace limiting beliefs, all of these things contribute to the system that keeps them enslaved. This is what they refer to as a regular life. You, nevertheless, experienced a certain event. Possibly it began with a series of peculiar synchronicities, such as numbers that followed you around everywhere, dreams that seemed more real than your waking life, and startling knowledge that appeared out of this nowhere. You might have experienced physical symptoms that were beyond your ability to explain, such as pressure in your brain, ringing in your ears, or vibrations in your body that the doctors were unable to explain. Or perhaps it was simply a moment of clarity that was so profound that it seemed like being struck by cosmic lightning. It was a time when you knew beyond any reasonable doubt that everything you had been told was a meticulously planned falsehood. The choice was not yours. Rather, it was yours. The load that you carry is something that those who are asleep are unable to fathom now that your eyes are awake. You are not the only one who will benefit from your awakening. It is a cosmic task that has ramifications for everyone. You have information that can physically change the frequency of situations that you enter. The very fact that you are present causes the matrix of reality that has been constructed to be disrupted. You did not wake up so that you might collect crystals or post inspirational quotations on social media. The cosmos did not wake you up. The reason that it roused you from your sleep is because the very nature of existence necessitates your conscious participation at this particular point in the cosmic timeline. You didn't stumble here by accident. You were led. If something in your spirit is stirring, don't ignore it. Tap Join to access exclusive content, prophetic insights, and a community of purpose-driven souls. This isn't just a membership, it's your moment of alignment. Step into who you were born to be. Welcome to the Chosen. Every time you think a thought, every time you embody a genuine truth, and every instant that you spend completely awakened, you are creating ripples that go across dimensions that you are not yet able to comprehend. As of right now, you are a reality architect. The forces who crafted this illusion are well aware of who you are. They are able to sense your awakened presence as if it were a disruption in their meticulously kept field. Since your awakening, have you observed a rise in the amount of resistance? Why are you encountering strange roadblocks on your path? Are people turning against you in an unreasonable manner? Challenges in the realm of finance appearing out of nowhere? The fact that your frequency is causing disruptions to the program is confirmed by these confirmations. Because it is unable to regulate it, the system assaults it. Take a look at them. Your family, your friends, and your co-workers. They are going through life with their eyes glazed over, their eyes half asleep, and they are repeating the same patterns day after day without questioning at all. There is a part of you that cries out in your head when they repeat statements that have been programmed into them and justify their own confinement. There is also a part of you that wants to jolt them awake with all your might. When you witness them happily participate in the very system that is created to stifle their genuine potential, you can't help but feel a sense of exasperating frustration. No longer make an effort to rouse them. The realization that not everyone is destined to awaken during this cycle is an essential lesson that any entity that has awakened must acquire. During this phase of the cosmic plan, there are some souls that make the conscious decision to refrain from waking up. The greater design incorporates their sleep in a way that serves a purpose. Your efforts to coerce them into awakening not only waste your valuable energy, but also disrupt the divine timing that is taking place. The harsh reality is that some of these souls are unable to awaken at this moment because their indoctrination is so profound. Their consciousness has boundaries that they are unable to pass in this lifetime. When you attempt to bring them past those boundaries, you cause them to experience great psychological suffering, which is why they struggle so vehemently against awakening because of it. Their opposition is not motivated by personal feelings. Rather, it is an act of self-preservation. There are sophisticated forces that are actively working to keep the big illusion intact. These are not only human organizations or establishments, rather, they are multidimensional energy constructs that have been around for ages and feed off of the repressed human awareness. They create an all-encompassing field of low-frequency programming that bombards the collective 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, by operating through the media, technology, food, water, air, social structures, and education. They are aware that you have become conscious. They have the ability to identify your heightened frequency signature like a beacon in the darkness, and they will employ every strategy in their arsenal in an effort to shut you down hook you back into the matrix, or minimize the influence of your awakened state. Have you ever been confronted with unexpected and unexplainable health problems? Electronic equipment malfunctioning around you, dreams in which you are being hunted or attacked, relationships suddenly becoming hostile, or financial systems working against you in an unexplained way. The occurrence of these events is not a coincidence. Rather, they are targeted frequency attacks that are intended to decrease your vibration and force you back into unconsciousness. However, there is something that these forces do not want you to keep in mind. They are only able to have an effect on you to the extent that you continue to be unaware of them. In the mere act of recognizing their strategies, such strategies become increasingly ineffectual. Your consciousness is your most powerful defense mechanism. Your awakened consciousness is kryptonite to the entities that are attacking you. They bank on your anxiety, your uncertainty, and your frustration. They predict your tiredness and situations in which you might be vulnerable. Uplight of the fact that this is something that practically everyone does, they anticipate that you will ultimately give up and go back to sleep. If your heart overflows with God's blessings, let that love shine. Click the super thank you button and give $50 or more to plant seeds of faith that will impact countless lives. Your generosity reflects His abundance. Be a vessel of His grace and watch His kingdom flourish through you. It has always been the case that the path of the awakened has been the path of the few. However, you were chosen not because you are the same as everyone else. Rather, you were chosen because there is an unbreakable code contained within your soul signature. It is not a coincidence or a figment of your imagination that you are gaining powers. Rather, these abilities are your natural state, breaking through the amnesia. In order to experience the illusion as if it were genuine, you promised yourself that you would temporarily forget your true nature before you were incarnated. This forgetting was essential for the divine purpose to be carried out. However, remembering is coming to an end now. Interdimensional interactions, training sessions, and alterations to the timeline are all things that you experience in your dreams. Your dreams are no longer just dreams. While your conscious mind is resting, the information that is downloaded into your subconscious mind helps you get ready for chances and challenges that may not appear in your physical reality for several days or weeks. Do you feel those chills that rush through your body whenever the truth is revealed? By doing so, your energetic system is validating that the frequencies are aligned. Could it be that the unexpected knowledge comes out of nowhere? Therefore, your higher consciousness is able to circumvent the filtering systems that are present in your programmed mind. How about those peculiar coincidences that defy all attempts at rational explanation? In other words, that is reality itself, reacting directly to the state of your awakening. Have you seen that the electronic devices in your vicinity are behaving in an odd manner, such as lights flickering, laptops crashing, or phones not working properly? You are now carrying charges that interfere with artificial electromagnetic systems, and your energy field is carrying these charges. Do you had any experiences with time distortions, such as moments that seem to drag on for no apparent reason, or hours that seem to disappear in what seems like minutes? In the process of breaking free from linear temporal programming, you are making progress. Could it be that you are experiencing tiredness for no apparent reason at times? The biological system in your body is undergoing an upgrade in order to tolerate higher frequencies. Have you ever experienced abrupt emotional surges that swept through you without any evident triggers? Processing communal emotional input is what you are doing? What are the unknown physical signs that medical professionals are unable to diagnose? Your automobile, which is made of carbon, is undergoing a transformation to channel more light. Nothing like this is occurring to those who are currently sleeping. They do not perceive reality responding directly to their consciousness. They do not feel energy. They do not see beyond the veil, and they do not see beyond the physical veil. Because they are confined within the program, they are only able to experience the things that the program permits them to experience. This is the reason why they are unable to comprehend you, why they disregard your perceptions, and why they occasionally dread you without being aware of the reason for their fear. Due to the fact that you have now severed your connection to the primary programming, you are confronted with the formidable challenge of living an authentic life inside a system that is structured to suppress authenticity. The world does not reward consciousness that has been awakened. Rather, it punishes it. People who are able to see beyond the illusion are not celebrated by society. Rather, it makes an effort to pathologize and treat them so that they can return to slumber. You will incur costs as a result of your choice to live in accordance with cosmic truth rather than the untruth that is instilled into you. Relationships will deteriorate, employment opportunities will become unavailable, social circles will diminish, and members of your family may turn their backs on you. In an effort to coerce you back into compliance, the system will create circumstances that are progressively more frustrating for you. The great testing is about to begin. Each and every awakened being over the course of history has been forced to go through this phase, which is known as the cosmic initiation, the fire that destroys everything that isn't in harmony with your actual frequency. The degree of difficulty of this examination is perfectly tailored to the particular soul mission that you are on. If you have the capacity to have a greater impact on the waking of the collective, then the testing that you will go through will be more difficult. You're not here by chance. Feel the pull? Tap Join to unlock truth, purpose, and a tribe that gets it. This is more than a membership. It's your calling. But here is something that the opposing forces do not want you to understand. Every single thing that they take away from you is something that was putting you in a position of limitation. Your vitality was being depleted by every relationship that was incapable of withstanding your candidness. You were running away from your objective with every job route that you were unable to pursue. Each and every social link that ended up dissolving was keeping you frequency connected to the previous paradigm. There is no such thing as losses. Rather, they are upgrades that are required. During the process of these exterior frameworks disintegrating, an incredible occurrence takes place: the release of your genuine creative potential. Instantaneously, you come to the realization that your thoughts materialize with an astounding speed. Circumstances reconfigure themselves around your concentrated goal. Resources exist just when they are required, and aligned connections arise spontaneously. All of a sudden, the cosmos starts reacting to you with an astounding degree of accuracy. You are not engaging in magical thinking. Rather, you are in a natural condition of co-creative relationship with the very nature of life. The abilities that are surfacing are not new gifts that are being bestowed upon you. Rather, they are your initial capabilities that are being recalled. At this moment, you are on the verge of entering an altogether new chapter of your adventure through your cosmos. After you have liberated yourself from the primary programming, after you have persevered through the significant testing, and after you have let false structures to disintegrate, you are now entering the creativity phase of your awakening. During this stage, your consciousness transforms into a direct transmission channel for the formation of reality. All of the things that you think, the feelings that you allow yourself to feel, and the concentration that you keep, all of these things are now able to skip the typical buffer zones and manifest with incredible speed and precision. This is a tremendous opportunity, but it also comes with a significant amount of responsibility. The adversarial forces had anticipated that you would never become a part of this phase. They have a programming that is particularly meant to keep consciousness imprisoned in loops of fear, need, and separation. This ensures that the majority of humans continue to operate in survival mode, preventing them from accessing their actual creative potential. In spite of this, you persevered. You did not give up. Your frequency remained consistent in spite of all that was hurled at you. At this point, the whole fabric of reality starts to flex around your awakened existence. Have you observed that synchronicities are expanding to almost insane proportions, such as the appropriate individuals coming just when they are needed, knowledge arriving exactly as you formulate the query, and doors opening that you didn't even knock on? This is not a complete coincidence. Rather, it is the conscious reality reacting immediately to the frequency signature that you have enhanced. The traditional rules of cause and effect will begin to act differently for you as you enter a condition that you are about to transition into. While the sleeping masses continue to be constrained by linear processes, you are progressively experiencing reality production that by traditional standards appears to be beyond the realm of possibility. You could be able to see something that would take other people years to materialize in a matter of days or even hours today. This fast manifestation ability is precisely why you were made to remain asleep for such a long period of time, provided that your consciousness continues to be clear and that your intention continues to be aligned. The adversarial forces were aware of the fact that the entire control system would disintegrate in a short amount of time if a sufficient number of people started generating reality from awakened consciousness. Management that is disciplined is necessary for your enhanced capabilities. An awareness that has not been controlled can bring about as much havoc as it can bring about transformation. Your creative talent was not elevated by the cosmos so that you could bring about trips and sports vehicles like you had imagined. You are now equipped with reality architecture tools, which will allow you to take part in the process of cosmic reorganization that is now taking place. Keep a record of the patterns. Each and every synchronicity, dream, and intuitive hit now holds information that is essential to the accomplishment of your particular goal. Start thoroughly documenting these patterns as soon as possible. Not only does the sequencing matter, but so do the symbols, and the time is important. There is a sophisticated cosmic communication that is encoded precisely for your consciousness to decode, and what appears to be random is actually that communication. Place your growing voltage on the ground. Your body is now able to channel a substantially greater amount of energy than the ones that are asleep. In the absence of adequate grounding, this higher current may cause bodily systems to become overloaded, which will result in symptoms that have the potential to disable the individual. It is no longer discretionary to maintain a daily connection with the ground. Rather, it is critical maintenance for your biological system that is always evolving. Cut down on the artificial inputs. The programming is still being transmitted through the use of artificial light, synthesized sound, processed food, pharmaceutical products, and digital information. Each one of these inputs is comprised of frequency codes that are intended to rebuild neuronal circuits that are associated with sleep. Reduce the amount of exposure you get and make the most of natural light, organic sound, living food, and individual experience. Pay homage to your one-of-a-kind awakening signature. It is impossible for two awakened beings to travel the same path. You are the only one who can possess the exact powers, challenges, and tasks that are embedded in your awakening. When your process is compared to others, it can cause frequency interference that is potentially harmful. Your unique consciousness configuration is the only way that you will be able to successfully complete the cosmic job that has been assigned to you. Construct your own personal emblems of victory. Since your mind is becoming more and more attentive to the world around you, symbolic systems are becoming increasingly potent tools for focused production. Create customized symbols that are representative of your intentions that have been awakened. These are then transformed into condensed energy packets that may be deployed quickly whenever they are required, so eliminating the requirement for extensive imagery or affirmation. That which frequently appears to be a state of solitude is, in reality, strategic positioning. In order to maximize the frequency impact of your presence, your unique placement was meticulously determined, taking into account factors such as geography, society, economics, and even family structures. Because of the seeming constraints imposed by your current circumstances, your goal is not being hampered. Rather, your energy is being directed precisely where it is required the most. The people who awoke before you have already laid the groundwork, and those who awoke after you will build upon the foundation that you have laid. You are a part of a series of waking that has been meticulously planned out and spans multiple generations as well as geographical locations. There is no reality behind the perceived disconnection that exists between awakened beings. Your labor is perfectly synced with the work of an infinite number of other people on higher dimensions. The times in your awakening when you feel the most isolated are frequently the times when the frequency work you are doing with yourself is the most important. Isolation is frequently a form of energy quarantine, which safeguards your particular frequency assignment from interference by preventing disturbance while essential adjustments take place within you. There is no psychological explanation for the acceleration that you are experiencing. Rather, it is an objective change in the temporal fabric of this reality system. As a greater number of consciousnesses begin to disengage from the previous training, the entire establishment starts to become unstable. Consequently, this results in fluctuations in the chronology, which frequently manifest as both chaos and opportunity at the same moment. There is no failure in the escalating chaos that is occurring in world systems. Rather, it is the natural collapse of structures that are unable to support awakened consciousness. For the purpose of supporting and maintaining the previous programming, several systems, including financial systems, political structures, educational institutions, religious organizations, and healthcare models were developed. Once a sufficient number of people have disconnected, none of them can continue to exist in their current state. It is for this reason that the opposing powers engage in such a violent struggle to keep the collective asleep. They are aware that the collapse of the chronology is quickened by an exponential amount with each newly awakened entity. It may appear that your individual awakening is minor in comparison to global systems. Nonetheless, the frequency impact of a single human being who is completely separated reverberates throughout the entirety of the reality field. Over the course of the next few months, there will be significant turning points in the overall timetable. Creating energy windows that will boost your creative power beyond anything that was before available will be accomplished via the use of cosmic alignments.